Hey traders, welcome back to a video on a day trade recap where I took a $380 loss. I feel like it's important to still go over a loss because it shows that day trading has its ups and downs and still a lesson to be learned. So when we look at ACRS, the stock that I day traded, it had a gap up in the pre-market from a low or yesterday's close of $5.72 and was able to reach almost $11 a share. As a result, it pulled back in the pre-market roughly till 8:30, and at that time I felt like the stock was going to fail, so I took a short position in this range where it failed to break $10 a share, as I felt that was pretty ideal resistance looking at the 1-year 1-day chart. So when you look at this, you see the stock before today, it had moved up but was pulling back. For the last 2 weeks it has fallen from 8 back to 6. So slowly but surely it's coming back down. So I felt all the people that had bought the stock in this range had probably tried getting out, and there was tons of shorts. Well, that means when the stock goes up, all the people who were selling in this range to buy low and make a profit probably were buying on a day like today. So with that being said, the stock was able to squeeze up past 1050, which was the pre-market high. I felt like when I was in at 10, I was risking $2 to make $2. By that, I meant that if it hit $12 a share, I would most likely stop out, and if it hit $8 a share, I was going for a win. The reason I had such a longer risk is because I knew it could easily spike, but also I felt like there was a good move potentially to the downside. So when it ended up breaking $10.50 and it came up to resistance at 12 and support at 11, when it was breaking out past here, it was too much of a loss to even hold past that point. At that point, as a trader, you have to cut the loss and live for tomorrow. So that's the lesson. As a result, the stock continued to break out to even reaching $14 near market open. After that, it continued to find support and push up. And what I mean by a bullish stock is when the resistance becomes support. For example, $15 a share was initially the ceiling, which is the resistance, and when that broke and fell back as the support, that is very bullish, aka the stock will continue to push up as it did all the way to nearly $20 a share. So in the big picture, this was a substantial move up. So if you were buying and going long, that was ideal. But then again, based on where I was entering, it was almost like a 50-50 chance of it going down and continuing to push to 8 or squeezing back to 12. And getting out 12 was tough, and I had to do it. However, it was still a loss, but at the end of the day, I had to eat it. And it takes guts to sometimes be a trader, because you're going to have days where you're going to win that 300, but you also can lose the 380 like today. So with that being said, this was a tough trade to make and took me right on the day. However, I think it's still important to bring that lesson and the value to you guys, that there's still money to be made if you're going long, because a lot of my trades have been going short, with this being almost 100% move, but also realizing when it is time to get out and cut a loss, because I was risking $2 a share to make $2 a share. And being in at 10 seemed pretty logical. I mean, it went down to almost $9 within the 20 minutes I got in. However, just when the stocks continued to squeeze, and this was where it was too much to handle, because the stock could easily have gone back down after this point. But when it continued to push up, you just have to realize it's better to take a loss for tomorrow than eat your whole account and be holding till 17 now, which would be almost a 50% loss on your position, and that's too much. With that being said, thanks for sticking around. I hope that you can learn something from this. Email me, please email me. I'm going to do a live trading tutoring session for absolutely free this Thursday night, and if you're interested in that, please send me an email. With that being said, thank you so much. Looking forward to trading tomorrow.